Alright, hello, it's Kinninigan. I got to this video a little late, but I'm here. I had some stuff to do. No big deal. Antoinette, my subscriber, good supporter of the channel. The kitties say hello. In fact, I just had Macy around me. Yeah, she is, because she's waiting. I'm going to be feeding outdoor cats soon, so the cats get treats when I feed the outdoor cats. Otherwise, they would be like, what are you giving the cat food away for? And so I don't get that look from them. Yeah, this is so. This was an interesting video to make because she asked me about Lord Xenu. Well, Xenu in Scientology. I ain't calling him Lord. Lord, oh hell, Lord Xenu. Yeah, I was looking up. I did find an article. Josh responded, probably Hubbard was freak Crowley lover. Yeah. The people that L. Ron Hubbard ran around with were the same people who Jack Parks found at NASA, as he said, Aleister Crowley, black magicians. But here's the question. It isn't like someone hasn't started a cult before, so what is the big deal with Scientology? Why is it the chosen cult? Well, they don't like being called the C word. Christian, I'm sorry, no. Actually, one of their logos, we'll talk about their logo. We could do one of two things. I guess we could read the book Dianetics online. I remember that was the thing selling in the 90s when I was growing up as a kid. It was all over TV. Back when I used to actually watch TV commercials. The Book of Scientology all around. And there's been quite a few. I'm not naming names. I think you know who I'm talking about. She's a real big Hollywood celebrity, but supposed whistleblowers of Scientology, but I'm not buying that for 1 minute. One does not simply become a Scientologist whistleblower. You know, these people have their own navy, right? You ever watch The Sopranos? You know how they get rid of problems on a boat? Yeah, I'm not joking. They do have a navy. Cruise ships. I'm sorry. Let me. They have cruise ships. Yeah, where do those ships go to? I don't know. They got not compounds. Resorts. Yeah. So here's how it works. It works a lot like any. You have people in the upper echelon who are the real movers and shakers. These are your, you know. I was gonna play. I don't know if I really want to play this because I might get tagged for copyright because this is an infamous video that went around years ago. Tom Cruise's. I could play for 30 seconds of fair use. I mean,
or she has the ability to create new and better reality.
But there's something I want you to notice about his demeanor, okay? Because it's what I'm going to tell you, what I believe, why Scientology has been propped up by these people, the same ones who have found at NASA, the CIA, and all the other.
In improved conditions.
I think I know what it's used for. It's pretty obvious.
You know absolutely that you can help them. So for me, it really is KSW, and it's just like it's something that I don't mince words with that, you know, with anything that LRH does. But that policy to me has really gone, boy. And there's a time I went through and I said, you know what? When I read it, I just went, this is it. This is exactly it. Being a Scientologist,
it is a sandbox for MK Ultra mind control, without a doubt. But there's also some other interesting things going on. What are all these tests that they give to people? And all right, so let me give you the lowdown. Let me tell you with the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. It's in my Aleister Crowley video I made. That is on Patreon and Locals. I can't put it back onto YouTube. It's my sex magic lecture. Because I can't put it back on YouTube, not because of what I taught about Aleister Crowley and Thelema, which is also known as spermognosis. But, and the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn responded to my Aleister Crowley video. Some of my subs know. Dave Griffin from the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn made a video that they put on their YouTube channel called "We Are Not Reptilian Illuminati," and I kind of think the video was referenced to me. I covered that because there was some interesting things on the website of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. And it is the idea going back. These people do everything that's anti-God going. And then I'm going to read you about Lord Xenu. But this is what I believe they are as an organization. I'm not going to go into too much depth. They don't like when you're above the target. But the idea, all right, the testing they're doing, all this, going back to being what you're taught in Christianity, which is going to be important because we're going to be I guess. Oh, I can't read that. I got banned off YouTube for saying that word. I got a warning. You can't say that because that's yeah. I was. If you can read that, I was pulling up some. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Because L. Ron Hubbard might have plagiarized the word xeno. In Greek, I looked up the Greek definition of xenophobic. It means foreigner. Okay, in Greek, more or less, a stranger. Foreign, strange, Xeno. So, but they have some interesting symbols. Oh, here it is. I pulled them up. You'll notice one here, the star and the laurels. Very open. You know, it's, this is interesting. The S with the double triangles. Those double triangles could be reversed to make the Masonic square and compass. And then we have a cross. But they are they Christian? Are the Mormons Christian? Yeah, they use, um, but it's not a crucifix. This is not a true. It's not a. It's not a Catholic crucifix. You, yeah, and you see the 4 points going here. Just now here. Someone else uses a cross logo. This is the Freemason. They have a crucifix, but it has a crown around it. You want to know what that symbolizes? Dominion over Jesus for crucifying him. Yeah. Um, All right, I'm coughing here. So I'm not going to go into too much details about their connections, but yeah, it is a, I believe, a sandbox organization for MK Ultra mind control. It's highly occultic. Um, here this is inside of a lodge. You'll see they have they have different rooms for different types of magic ceremony. Then you have the Templar cross, which everyone knows that one, the Iron Cross, and many years ago, I ran across some video of L. Ron Hubbard actually shifting, and I was advised not to make the video and put it on my YouTube channel because it might raise too much attention, and it wasn't worth it. And I agreed because they are a financially powerful organization. They charge a lot for those lessons, and what's the idea with these lessons? Well, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn teaches people that everyone is born with a parasite in their brain. And the only way to get rid of this parasite and this parasitic and evil way you have of thinking is through the teachings of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and learning their. Yeah, and it's a reoccurring theme. You replace that with MAGA, you got the same exact thing that they're preaching from our government about being. Oh yeah, the MAGA. Oh, now you got a brain parasite. It's the whole foundation of the game of Baldur's Gate 3. You start off in a mind flayer ship with a parasite put into your left eye that's taking over your brain. Sound familiar? Yeah. Well, that's what I. And you cannot answer anything correctly on those tests they give you. Just saying, and they will, and this is how they pull people in. So anyway, enough about that aspect of it because they don't like being called out for that. And let's read about Lord Xenu. I'll pin this as the top comment. This is an article I found at Grunge. Supposedly, I knew about this. He's a black magician. Did I just say that? Would explain why I found anomalies on him. I don't have that video anymore. It's lost through the years. But it was on YouTube years ago. There was a video of him from like back in the 70s I found, and he was like shifting bad, and I was like, yeah, I know what this is. And coming back to Tom Cruise, possibly that these people are involved in some strange things. It could be also a sandbox for human cloning, for all we know. Like I said, these people they got a lot of they got cruise ships, airplanes. I mean, they're just try getting into a Scientologist compound. Yeah, good luck with that one. Those places. Try getting out of one. Yeah. Try ever, yeah. I mean, there's not people that are locked away. They never get to see their family again as they're slowly, and in a strange way, I kind of think that the higher up people feed on this because of loss feeding on negative energy. This is why people want to become tyrants. They actually get off on controlling people. Yeah, that's another reoccurring theme in modern times. And usually people that become tyrants because they have a lot of their own insecurities going on that they don't want to admit, so they make other people suffer for them. Yeah, all right, let's end that. Gee, I just described the whole entire group. Choking on the Church of 420. That's what I'm a member of. No, I'm Catholic. You just know that. So anyway, the truth about Scientology Xeno. I actually got my glasses on to read this. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, but it would be irresponsible to the point of criminal negligence if we didn't start with a health warning. Yeah, I know about this. Supposedly, if you teach the secrets of Scientology, you'll have a curse put upon you, and you'll die of pneumonia. Don't worry, though. It, according to the Church of Scientology, it's altogether possible that you'll die of pneumonia if you keep reading this without first completing a rigorous course of auditing and progressing to operational Thetan level 3. It's going to cost a lot of money, but you can't put a dollar sign on your health. Well, wait. Same thing in the Church of Satan. You buy your way up to the upper levels. They are very wealthy. This is the whole thing with Luciferians and their money. They need money. Everything from hiring a private security to throw money around to socially influence things. Yeah, we know those types of people. So yeah, it's very important to them. They can't live in poverty. Yeah, they terrifies them. Xeno and the world of yesteryear. The doctrine of the Church of Scientology has its good guys and its bad guys, just like any other religion. I wouldn't call them a religion. On the side of angels, you have L. Ron Hubbard, a prolific writer of speculative and historical fiction, whose first name, and this is true, was Lafayette. Yeah, his first name is Lafayette. In the dark corner of the ring, there's Zeno, the deposed ruler of the Galactic Confederacy, an interplanetary government composed of 76 planets, 26 stars, and helpfully for anyone interested in getting work as a set dresser for unproduced film adaptation Revolt in the Stars, a bunch of people who dressed and behaved very much like average Americans in the 1950s and 60s. The time, 75 million years ago. The setting, outer space. According to Hubbard, Zeno was troubled by the potentially disastrous levels of overpopulation. Sound familiar? I got my own opinion. She had asked me if Zeno was one of the demons from the Lesser Key of Solomon, and there is no demon called Zeno, but they do have different names, like Dandelion, the 71st Archon, Alistair Crowley, also called Lamb. Um, but Zeno is a Greek word, so It could be a Greek name for a demon. But Xeno comes from something else that's pretty more modern. And if you're a superhero fan, you might want to stick around for the end of this video because there's something very interesting about Xeno. Yeah. According to Hubbard, Xeno was troubled by the potentially disastrous levels of overpopulation in his interstellar kingdom, and within a flurkin's whisker of being removed from power, hoping to kill two space birds with one moonstone, he enlisted the help of local psychiatrists to gather up billions of his subjects under the pretense of holding an income tax inspection. Do you have pneumonia yet? Okay, let's keep going. The plot thickens. In a maniacal plot twist, Zeno used glycol and alcohol to paralyze his citizens and capture their souls, which he then transported to Earth, then called Tijiak, in ships that look like DC-8 planes but without propellers, although it would be more fair to say that DC-8s look like spaceships, since their design was the result of latent memories from the spirits of Xenu's victims. Xenu then had the souls dropped at the bases of volcanoes, which he bombarded with hydrogen bombs, releasing their tortured essences into the atmosphere of Tijiak and captured in vacuum zones and forced to watch 3D movies of misleading data on messy movie screens for 36 days. 36 days. 666. And TGOC, that word for Earth, sounds Alpha Draconia, in my opinion. I could be wrong. It's definitely occultic. It's got double letters in it, the TG, and it rhymes like in magic. What I taught you about go woke, go broke being a magical mantra, probably to bankrupt corporations, so BlackRock and Vanguard can buy them up cheaply. Yeah, useful idiots, activists. Yeah, you were used. How does that feel? I, I ain't gonna be. I try to warn them. Useless idiots. Whatever. Um, this is. You seem wheezy. First through the pneumonia. We're almost there. Yeah, no one got pneumonia from this. Don't worry. That dang Xeno really messed some stuff the heck up. After being released from the screenings, the Thedans clumped together and adjoined themselves to human forms where they still reside today. You can get them removed through auditing and the spiritual guidance of the Church of Scientology. So in this case, the parasite I told you about the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the mind parasite, just replace that with a Thedan soul that's embedded into your brain, and you have a dual consciousness going on now with this alien existence that's going on in your brain, and it's negatively unbalancing your chi. I guess that's the best way to say it, from what I understand about their teachings. But I could be wrong, you know. But again, it's very expensive. Yeah, I'm too broke to be a Scientologist. Yeah. As for Zeno, well, luckily he was overthrown by loyal enforcers, a group of good-hearted soldiers of the Galactic Confederacy. They then imprisoned Zeno in an electric mountain from which he has yet to escape, and the Galactic Confederacy left Earth as an abandoned prison planet. You know what else was on the website of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn? InfoWars and Prison Planet as corporations that they have influence over. So was Fox News, Disney, NBC News, ABC News. Oh yeah, they changed their website after I made my Crowley video, and that's when Dave Griffith made me that video. We are not reptilian Illuminati. All of this comes from reports by former Scientologists, uncovered church documents from their many legal disputes, and aforementioned script for Hubbard's planned on-screen adaptation of the story, which we can thank our lucky stars never got produced because, again, leaning about this just gave you pneumonia. It also might be worth noting that Hubbard, in his letters to his wife from the time his enlightenment on the subject, mentioned that he was mixing uppers with downers and washing them down with rum, according to a book published by his son. Also, he couldn't quite decide whether it was spelled Xenu or Zimu, Xemu, and Marvel Comics published a story half a decade before Hubbard's doctrine about a space monster named Zemno who was trapped in an electric prison orbiting the sun. But whatever, get some rest, you look short of breath. So I looked into the Marvel Zemno, and apparently he is a Titan who is imprisoned in the earth. This is him. That is Vemno. He's supposedly a Titan. Now, this was from a cartoon. No, this is from South Park. All right. That's probably not what. That's the South Park Lord Xenu. Should I put that on the thumbnail? I don't know. All hail Lord Xenu. Um, yeah, but the Marvel one, he is a yeah, I'm not. This is him in the Marvel comics. He's a Titan, Zemno, and Xeno, root of the word xenophobic, being being a strange, well, that's what we get accused of being, xenophobes, right? Racist. That's what it basically means, being a strange, being foreign or unknown things. That's what xeno means in the Greek language. I looked it up, so you kind of get the idea. Uh, in all honesty, I believe the Xenu that just like Aleister Crowley and his alien great lamb, the Xenu that L. Ron Hubbard was communicating with is probably an alien great archon, without a doubt. Was L. Ron Hubbard a reptilian? Well, you know what? I'm honestly 100% convinced that Crowley was. He definitely knew how to extend his life. It's also my belief, and he will, he believes me, but he says quite a few people actually believe this too. Is Aleister Crowley played George Bush's wife, Barbara Bush, later in life. She looks like Aleister Crowley in drag. And we all know that they talk going back to the Dark Crystal and certain things. They do know. Well, he would know certain things to, like the Queen, living the 90, whatever. You get the idea. Extending their lives. Yeah. Founding Skull and Bones in the CIA. Crowley also had connections with MI6 from England. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, hopefully I haven't said too much. If you could donate to the channel, um, I can't afford the teachings of Scientology, so maybe. Actually, I gotta go feed the cats. Macy's looking for me. I told you. There's... Anyway, I gotta find a thumbnail for this video. Um, so they won't admit to anything. I wouldn't ask them. Well, that's a good one. That's pretty. I'm not looking. Look, they flag thumbnails on YouTube now. They've already done it twice to me. So I might just have to go with something simple. That works. Not putting the South Park Xeno on there. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.